All right, guys, what's going on? It is the night after the Lawrence race today, about an hour or so, hour 15 from the house, something like that. And turned out really well for us. I made a video last night on how to race in the mud. I knew it was going to be a bad mud run. Liz, I don't know how much she enjoys coming out. This is my wife, by the way, but she doesn't. She loves coming out to watch. Mud runs suck in particular for her. So I made a point to get her on the podium. Last race, we'll tell you about this in a minute, but my buddy beat me. We'll tell you about it. But got this new mic here. Want to see how it works. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. I'll try to cut them out. But right here, I'm lining next to my buddy Trace, man. We'll kind of just let it play out. I don't want to spoil anything, but this went really well for me. Probably the best race I've had. So, yeah, I'll kind of show you why, and I'll put some more clips in, but check this whole shot out. That's TJ Brown up there, got the corner. I ran outside to stay in the traction and then cut across. And to me, I mean, TJ, yes, he did get the whole shot, but I'm leading the pack of people that should, nothing against TJ, guys that should really be in C class. I mean, TJ hauls fucking ass. He's first place every race. But I mean, this is a little quicker than you're used to, right? Especially in the mud.
Yeah.
No?
I think you're smart though. You went the same spot as TJ. I think that says something. You're the only one that kind of followed him into the right lane.
Yeah, so I stuck to I kind of walked that first piece. So I bought Liz an e-bike. I may or may not use it occasionally at these races to pre-run.
Did not buy it for me.
I bought it for her. I'm going to buy another one for me. But realistically, as far as today went, TJ ran, all right? TJ ran. There's some good battles back and forth. I got lucky in one scenario, but
He's gone. Not even in this.
without even, I mean, this is kind of spoiling it. I got second place, all right? That's beyond anything. I should have got my plaque over there. I'll post a picture of it here on the video somewhere. But, I mean, for me, I'm hauling ass at this point. The GoPro shoots really good video, and also keep in mind throughout this video, I was able to wipe it off. But towards the beginning, I wanted to keep my lead, so I was kind of, it does get a little bit dirty. By no means is it as bad as, it's not that bad, but it does kind of irritate me. But I mean, the track, it had been raining the whole day. It's raining currently in this video. So I know Liz, you stayed primarily by the pits, under the tent. Yeah, just trying to. Yeah. So what I had her do, and she was able to help me with. I told her to get a water bottle ready for me, so that in the event that my radiator gets caked, she can sit there and kind of spray it off. So I'd certainly appreciate her being there with me. But overall, what do you?
You never stopped.
What do you mean I never stopped?
For the
Oh, yeah. I was doing too good. I couldn't stop. Right here, this was a little tight, but it ended up working out, and I took that line, I think, every time. Lap traffic right here, I saw some mistakes. I always like watching these videos to kind of review my mistakes, but I should have gotten past this guy sooner than that. This is a nice little jump here. And this is wide open for me.
So they were nowhere close to you. Did you catch up to them?
What do you mean?
Or did they pass you initially?
Who? Those guys?
Yeah.
No, those
You
guys,
caught up to
they
them.
left before me.
Okay.
So they were, B class or whatever's in front of me. Probably just not as comfortable with the mud. Usually I'm going nowhere near this fast. Right here, this rut developed really nice throughout the day. And one piece of information for this race, they were real quick. You'll notice this is only an hour-long video. The race was really only about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. And at the end of the day, I came in, I think it was 11 or 12 minutes behind TJ. So you'll see some errors throughout this video that I think I could pick up on. Could I run with TJ? I don't know. If we went down, potentially. But
I don't know. That's wishful thinking.
that is wishful thinking for sure.
He ran a 59-minute race, and you were an hour and 11 minutes.
This is 12. That's 12. So.
But in a hare scramble?
Yeah, but you'll see there's a couple points here, like right here. I should have gotten past this guy. I just couldn't figure out how to get past him. Looking at the video, boom. I don't know why I didn't pass him right there, but this guy held me back for a good bit and ruined all my line choice. I'm just driving like shit right now because I couldn't get around him. But again, bear with me. I'm clearly going faster than him, jumping through this mud, just risking it all. I hadn't seen the track. I didn't bike it before. We drove up there at 6 o'clock in the morning to try to make this happen. But either way, the main thing that helped me out, and I will be posting a video on either Instagram, it's DillonMotoX across the board. I'll be posting it somewhere. On a couple, that's my buddy Trace right there, man. I feel so bad for him. I don't want to spoil it yet, but Trace is going to be a hard one to keep up with, but he's an awesome guy. I've enjoyed, I mean, you like him too.
Trace
I mean,
is great.
He's a great guy. So he rolls out right here, and I took a line, but I mean, I almost ate shit right here, and he walks through it like it's nothing. But I think, I really think I could get with him if my brain didn't tell me instantaneously when he passed, okay, it's on, I'm about to start losing points or falling back in the pack. And I shouldn't really gave up. But
It's a
see,
horrible mentality.
it's a terrible mentality when we're racing. But I wasn't used to the mud, and I thought it was going to get horrible. So, again, this is another one of those positions where I just need to get past this guy, and I couldn't get past him, so I couldn't get back up to Trace, which was unfortunate. I really wanted to run with them, but you'll see the trick up our sleeve here in a minute. So, one thing, Liz, so you don't typically get to see this far back in the woods, but this was not as tight as usual. A lot of times, you know, I'm smashing in the trees, this, that, and the other, especially in the mud. I think I make a pass here.
I was about to say, I'm getting
Oh
rid
no,
of
I
this
just
guy.
he wouldn't get out of my way. I'm like, come on, dude. And hopefully in the video you can hear me revving up, but get the fuck out of my way, dude. I'm trying to catch up. Like, I'm in the top 3 of my pack. I'm never up there.
That was a good place, an open spot you could have gone behind. If you had just sped up, you didn't speed up.
Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm still getting used to the mud runs, but I think I get them right here. And then I'll clean my
Finally.
screen off. Yeah, boom. But you'll see a major mistake that you didn't see before, and this is where I lost the 4 minutes to TJ. And maybe I lost 2 minutes here, but I you know, TJ's fast. Don't get me wrong. I probably won't catch him, but if you watch, I'm dancing in and out of ruts the whole time. I'm getting a lot better at this whole single track thing. Entering the woods here. This was a nice and beautiful spot going through. I mean, look, it was just nice and green. It wasn't too tight, but let me see. I'm trying to think about where we're at. There was one line on the right that I missed on the first lap that I should have hit. And if I took the e-bike out, this was a fast line, and I don't think a lot of people were risking it there. Going back to what I was originally saying, though, I will be posting a video on tips for riding in the mud. I did a lot of research before this race, and I will link that video in the description so that you guys can kind of see what made me substantially faster this time around. 'Cause usually I'm mid-pack, but I got a good start, and I was able to keep it together. So I think right here.
That's funny you made a video on that because you say you're the worst at mud races.
I'm terrible at mud races, but this one turned out really well for me.
Yet you think you can make a video on how to run a mud race?
The whole thing was, look right here, this is where I messed up. I blew the turn out. I didn't lose any positions because I was hauling ass, though, I'm telling you. I jumped back in, and I was for sure the guy behind me was sitting right there. But I must have just been hauling ass. I mean, all this mud throughout the whole race worked out pretty well because it looked like it could be super deep, and I just went for it, and it wasn't super deep.
You do understand that one little spot was not the reason you lost to TJ.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Trace can't even keep up with TJ, and Trace is fast. That was not the only, like, the reason.
I'm hauling ass right here.
You
Come on, give
are.
me a break.
You are. But TJ, he shouldn't even be in y'all's class, so I don't think riding with him is a
Don't get
good
on
indicator.
TJ. I think TJ runs GNCC,
He's
so
very
I get
fast.
I get he is I think he runs the pro race after this too, and he is a nice guy as well. I just
I'm just saying you shouldn't indicate your own
see that slid right into that.
strength based off of him.
Yeah. If I could ride like this again, I think we're in good shape because I'm hauling ass right. I mean, and I hope we have the audio turned off right now, so I can't hear how I'm riding. But another thing I found, this track, I was kind of able to memorize what gear I should be in and when, and keep a lot of emphasis on not using the clutch and just kind of lugging it around the track and staying smooth. and that worked out pretty well for me. A lot of third gear, a little bit of second gear, and then in the open spots, maybe fourth. But realistically, the one thing I've learned from the Yamaha going to the KTM or the gas is that I'm able to just really stretch that thing out. The Yamaha wants to rip the back tire loose on the bottom but doesn't want to carry. So in third gear, I can just let her rip, and it'll rip and rip, just keep pulling.
And do you actually know what gear you're in?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen a lot of reels how people don't know what gear they're in, and they just joke and guess.
Yeah, so I definitely know what gear I'm in, because last time I did this, I thought I was in third, but I was actually in fourth, and I was just lugging real bad. It didn't really work out that great. But again, it opens up right here, and I got a good bit smoother here. But you'll watch, I believe I'm third gear pinned, and then I just held her wide through here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, jumping through all this. I'll clean the GoPro in just a second, but
I was just sitting here thinking you were talking about you thought you were in third place, but you were really in fourth, and I was like, ain't no way he's lying on this.
they'll catch me. They'll put it in the comments. Hopefully this kid's popular. I'm not trying to just put some bullshit out, but I thought it would be interesting to see from my wife's perspective. But it was raining. There was water running down every trail. This piece right here was pretty sketchy the first time I came through. But in that video, like I said, I'll link in the description, I lowered my tire pressure significantly for this race.
Is that something you Googled?
No, I knew that I should in rock crawling and all the other videos. If you like those videos, check the page too. But you want lower tire pressure, but not so low that you pinch a tube. My thought with this one was I just need traction. I'm not doing any jumps. They told us on Facebook there wasn't going to be a creek jump. And it didn't appear that there was a whole lot of stumps. So I ran...
You caught up to people.
I run 8 or 9 in the back. I start making some moves here.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
8 or 9 psi in the rear, and I think 10 in the front, if not slightly less. But I think TJ's right up here.
Ain't no way.
Not TJ, I'm sorry. Trace is up here. Sorry. But I believe I'm still in third place. Because the one that passed me was a 2-stroke. You'll hear it in the other video. But what do you guys think about these ponchos? Like, I run a windbreaker Yamaha, but I just don't like all that shit flying around all over the place. I'm not sure.
I was going to say, I feel like that's more...
This guy saved me clutch, though. He showed me this line. I ran it every single time. And it's pretty quick, but I think I burned him right here. I can't remember. But it amazes me that the GoPro, even as dirty as it gets, it's still visible. Boom. One more. Who we got up there? Who is that? I think this fella just stays in my way. At some point at the very beginning of this, so I went out, I was like, man, this is going to suck. So I bought $70, the 100%, the pull string tear-offs, and shout out to Nick Bowen. He set it up wrong, so those were a complete waste of money. But I still smoked his ass, so whatever.
You have a whole nother strip, though, so you can use those again.
Yeah, but they're expensive as shit.
You're not paying for anything else if you use this other strip we got.
Yeah, this was tight. This was a good place for me to make a pass to. I'm sorry if I hit your foot there, man. I just was getting through. I was kind of in the moment.
You picked up a whole branch. A whole tree.
Let's see what else we got. Cleaning off the GoPro for you. There you go.
I'm
And,
shocked your gloves don't make it dirtier. Like, there's no smudge.
and
I'm
here,
trying to...
here, man down. Watch this. This is some pretty tight stuff. So that to the left is what I took every other time, but I took the safe line here, and this is pretty fast. I mean, through these rocks. Could have slipped out, but I'm telling you, the tire pressure was so helpful. And what do you guys think of the hyperview? I mean, for going from a regular GoPro video to a hyperview, the GoPro 11, everybody shits on the 11, but I think it was pretty damn good. I mean, you can still see the gloss on my front fender. Granted, it's SC1 to the max. The thing looks really good. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
And all this hadn't really formed shape yet. I mean, there's no real trail here. We're just following the arrows.
mean, you're definitely top 10 at this point.
I don't know because there's still gonna be. There still should have been a good bit of people in front of me, so I ended up placing top 15. All right, 15.
Yeah.
I've never placed remotely good to that, so I must have been doing something right. But the main thing, again, going back to the video I made, consistency. I just wanted to go through the whole race without wrecking, and I'm pretty sure I was able to do that unless I'm missing something. I stalled maybe once or twice. But I mean, I'm rolling out right now.
That tree is scary right there.
I was rolling out. Whatever I did, whatever kind of motivation I got, I think it was the whole shot. It just got me out front, and the main thing I was thinking was I got to get as many people between my class behind me. So 125, the 250 guys, sorry when you catch up to me, and back up and watch that jump I just did. That was sweet, but just a little tight.
You had a good bit in between you and the person behind you in your class.
Oh, I know.
You
That's
had a
because
good
I
bit
was
in
just
between.
rolling out. I'm not looking behind. That's a good tip for people getting into this is you're not going to be running quite this fast unless you're really good. And I'm not good. I just got lucky on this one. But what I'm saying is I'm just trying to get as many people between me. Doesn't matter if they're lappers or what. I'm just trying to get them in between me and the next contender in my class. But I'm rolling the fuck out right here. Entering in, I could never quite, because it was such a short race, about an hour and a half, something like that. I couldn't quite determine. I couldn't memorize as much as I wanted to. Like right here, you should be sticking to the right, that right line. I ended up taking that the rest of the time. It worked a lot better for me because I slide on this hill, clearly losing some time. But you could hold it wide right here.
You did half the laps that you guys normally do. You did 3 laps rather than 6.
It's all based on time, and because it's muddy, they expected us to run less. But I will say, even at the end, I had plenty of time to run 2 more laps. I thought I had plenty of fuel to keep going. So I'm looking forward to the next one, and I hope to see you guys there. But I guess we're gonna keep talking about this piece a little bit. See. It really is hard to tell on GoPro how slick and how nasty this stuff is. But come out and ride one. Come say what's up. I'd love to guys to come and hang out, but if you're looking to get into it, if you want to come race, shoot me something on Instagram. I'll give you some tips. Again, I'm not the best, but I can put you in the right class. We got about 3 of us consistently running, but the crew's growing. I got Jacob Miller bought a bike. A handful of other guys bought a bike. And we're having a real good time with it. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. So let's see who we got.
Up on someone.
You don't know who that is.
Is that Trace?
No, Trace is on that Honda.
Is that not a Honda?
Huh?
Is that not a Honda?
In front of me?
Yeah.
KTM.
Is it really? I don't
Mistake
see the
from me.
orange. I saw the red.
Pretty sure it is.
It looks like a CRF.
It may be. I can't see it at all. But one thing I was telling the guys when we were done, up here towards the end, and you'll see, this is unfortunately like kind of a spoiler, but this is where you'll see Trace go down.
Oh.
And I don't know if they went down. I assume he hydrolyzed his bike because there was a left line that looked like the trail, but it was so damn deep. I think he just washed out, and that was the race for him. So I don't know if he DNF'd. I'll look at the scores, but shout out to him, man. Look forward to seeing you at the next one. If you're anywhere near Columbia, come hang out. We can ride at the farm or something like that. But
oh my gosh.
yeah, right here. So that dude went to the left, yeah, and he sank his stuff. That's not TJ. I mean Trace. Sorry. But this is just slop, and I'm following the guy.
That was a pond.
Yeah, I'm following this guy right here and just hoping for the best because I can't see anything. I haven't seen this part.
Where's Trace then?
He's way up here, but that's what I'm saying.
But he didn't go to that pond. He ends up in another one.
Yeah. See, I should have passed him right there, though. I had enough power. I just laid off for some reason.
It seems like he sped up too, though, so.
I could have knocked him off on the turn, I think. Let's See, I want to slide into these ruts. I was getting a lot better about that. But the tire pressure, man, very helpful. I'm all over them. Inside, come on. Oh,
Is that a
see it.
KTM?
It's not TJ. I mean, it's not Trace. Damn.
No, yeah.
I get him right here, I'm pretty sure. Ah, come on. No.
I just want to know what bike he's on.
Rolling pretty deep. I got him in this field. That's where I got him. Outside, and then come all the way in and crossed. Oh, no. I forget this guy passed me too.
It's because you were on the outside.
That was close.
Dang.
Nice path, buddy. I don't know who that was, but I don't believe he's in my class. He may be. So then it would be Trace and him in front of me. But that's a 4-stroke in front of me, I don't remember. But, okay, this piece right here, I could never figure out how to ride in the mud before, and I think you just hold that motherfucker wide and do what you can. No, don't worry about it. Hang on. I get them all. I get second, so hold on. Just give me some time. Because these guys are riding, I think, a little bit above their limit.
Well, they had to have gone down at some point.
Or they're not in my class.
Yeah.
But yeah, all this right here was, it's very slick, but I was able to keep the yeah, and so right here is the mishap I've been talking about. We're hauling ass through a bunch of mud, and I can't remember if Trace is in the water. I know he looked at me at one point and said, "Keep going, man. TJ's right in front of you," like to give me some confidence. But I think what he meant was, you might could actually get second place, you dumb motherfucker. Let's see what you could do. I'm gonna pause it. Will that work?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
So that's Trace right there. That's Trace. Yeah, that's Trace there on the left. Passed him.
Dang.
So when I passed him, I was like, all right, I've got at least him in between us, and he's going to be coming for me. So I kept the heat on. But you can see, I mean, it was a nasty track, but the freaking low tire pressure did really freaking well. And it wasn't too rutted out. They ran the 4-wheelers before us, because this is the Easter event, so like, the 4-wheelers kind of cleaned out any of the nastiness. No, I say that, look how nasty it is, but it at least smoothed it out where we could recreate some ruts too out here. But I think I only tagged maybe 2 trees throughout the whole thing. Left line, thank you to that fella right there. I actually ended up taking the other line. It was way easier, but either way it worked. And this was part of the learning I had from the videos I've watched in the past, is I'm just not on the gas when I should be. So I'm just rolling. When I get an opportunity, I'm on it. Risking it all in the mud too. Just going for it. But I'm running a Michelin Starcross 5 in mud, which isn't ideal. I think you're supposed to run like an a GMX 12 or 13. But yeah, first lap right there. And coming through in second place, I was stoked.
That rut was getting...
It wasn't as bad as, what was that race?
I think the Pee-wees, they were struggling, or the youths.
Oh, the Pee-wees were getting stuck, but I'm saying there was one race, like the second or third race, and the ruts were just so deep, you almost couldn't get to the finish line. It was like train tracks.
Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you were talking about this race. The Pee-wees were falling in that.
Hey, and I'm going to add a clip right here. Kyle shot, K4 Productions, of me coming through here, getting all sloppy, but just doing the best I can. Again, trying to find some grass. But if you remember that same race I'm talking about, maybe it was the first mud race we did this year. I was not running near this fast.
No.
I was on a
Which one was
Yamaha on shitty tires. It was It was the first one. What was the first race?
You went to Masters was your first race. It wasn't even a Mideast.
Yeah, okay, the second one then.
Was it Masters? It might have been the Masters that was.
It wasn't better. That was a sprint enduro. This guy was on a 125. He was rolling out, so I let him by. But I mean, come on.
P Ridge was the one. That was the first Mideast.
Yeah. I'll put some video of the first mud run on this as well. But all right, so technical difficulties. Rolling out back here, a little over the limit. It really didn't feel bad, but I was going for it. So, hopefully we don't have any more technical issues because I know my lovely wife here would like to go to sleep. But she'll tough it out, and I think you guys will enjoy her input. So let's see what we got. Slick when I'm rolling out. Nice on the outside. I always wanted to cut inside, but there wasn't enough laps for me to maintain that. And that left line there, if you took it and thought it was faster, let me know. But I just don't think that it was. This line right here sucked, but it works. And then mud, and then mud, and then mud. But shout out to SC1 or Pig Spit, the cheap version. Worked out good with mine. I just washed the bike off before this because I wanted to come and hang out with my wife here and clean that thing off pretty quick. But I'll add some clips in here. You can see Kyle on the left and the right. First time going down into this hole here was a little bit concerning. Second time I kept my pace up, but look, this is the actual line. Grab this rut.
That's scary.
That rut's where it's at. I think you should give it a shot.
Me what?
This.
No.
On a four-wheeler?
No.
The GoPro video doesn't make it look that hard, right?
That looks terrifying.
Not that bad. At least it's not in between trees and a bunch of hill climbs. Granted, there were some. It turned out alright. Right. Look at that. See, I'm getting in there. Right. Get out of that a little bit. There's a good bit more good stuff coming. I'm gonna make Liz hang out. Look how deep this is and sketchy, but I'm gonna make Liz hang out for another 25 minutes. We're gonna let it run. But stick around. There's some good stuff coming up too. And mainly, I want everybody to see that I got second place. So this part here's nasty. I've got clips from Kyle. Again, shout out K4 Productions. I'll get him to post these, but I get a little sloppy here. The second time I come through, I get really sloppy for the camera. But no, I hadn't had any wrecks at this point, right?
It's shocking.
That's the spot TJ went to the right and screwed me. God, not TJ. This spot killed people right here. I was like, okay.
That was your second time going through though.
I know, but it
You
just
did
caught
better
me
the
off
first
guard.
time.
It caught me off guard, and that's where I lost one spot.
You did better the first time. I'm shocked you get in your head. I didn't think you had like a conscience that like told you like danger.
I couldn't remember. There's so many other crossings. I couldn't remember if that was the bad one or not. We don't pre-run at all. That's why I like the e-bike. Watch this rock though. I climbed this rock this time. Ooh, set me up for this turn. That's pretty quick. I want to know if Nick hit it. I bet you didn't, but we'll see.
I feel bad for when Nick finished. I put up my hands to tell him he got 10th, but he didn't see my other hand because it was in my sleeve. So we thought he got 5th, which is significantly different than 10th, but I feel bad.
I'm telling you, his tire pressure was too high. I kept telling him that, but so he's had a couple of issues popping tires. Take that shit to cycle gear, dog. It's not that big of a deal. But running low pressure on things like this is critical. And my basis for that is from running rock crawlers and side-by-sides growing up. In a rock environment, you need the traction. It is a little risky, but it's worth it. We're not going that fucking fast in this one. But again, hauling ass here. All the ruts were turning out good. For whatever reason, this harder pack, and there wasn't quite as many bikes on the track as usual. I thought it worked out pretty good. Do you know the total number? 200 plus, maybe?
You have your phone?
It's
Wonder if
filming.
Wonder if they've done the results already.
If they have, I'll post them. I'm going to try to get this out tonight. See, this line, I do that every time it was fast. But
You're gonna get
slick.
this out tonight?
I'm going to try to.
I'm exhausted.
Me too. But the main thing is, the last video I put out had a really good following. I appreciate all 2,200 of you guys at this point for watching it. If you haven't seen it, it's from the Stampede. Not nearly as good of a performance, but the commentary is pretty funny. So check that one out. I'll also link that one, or I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But this part was fast right here. I mean, I can roll here. I wish I was on the gas harder, and I think if I had a couple more laps, I could have kept a good bit more speed. Again, probably couldn't catch TJ because I would have expect he's holding it wide right there through every single piece of that. But I think you're right. Trace was at the same spot on the second lap. I think he hydrauliced his bike, and I'll confirm that.
He didn't make it through one lap, sadly, so.
He rides hard though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does.
He come past me with one arm off. You'll see back, telling me to keep on with him. And I tried. But
I think that's what I like most about him is he's just very nice.
we're out here to have fun. It's
Yeah.
Mideast. Like, there's no money on the line.
He's just a very nice kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how old is he? What, 17?
He's gotta be like 8, maybe 16.
And I'm not talking shit about you, dude. I'm just saying you shred. Like,
He's
keep
great.
it going. And I'd like to ride with you sometime so you can teach me some tricks to this thing. Looking at this video though, I am going way fast in comparison to normal.
Which I was expecting to do the opposite.
Because of the mud,
Yeah.
the tire pressure. And another thing too, Kyle made mention too, the more you spin tires in real nasty mud sections, the more that mud flings out, and therefore you have more traction again. So I started utilizing that technique. It worked pretty good. But as the ruts developed, one thing as a certain beginner in the GNCC, so I raced GNCC side by side for a long time. Bikes completely different. Your risk for reward is a little different in a side by side. At least if I roll, it's going to cost more, but hopefully I don't get hurt. In this case, you know, I still have to go to work on Monday, unfortunately, at this point. Hopefully, you know, give us a subscribe if this does something for you. Hopefully you see some more videos again. Maybe you see some of this merchandise I'm coming out with. I haven't decided yet, but just trying to build a little following here so I can chase this dream. I really enjoy this, and you know, corporate. I just don't want to go corporate, but
You're not even corporate.
I'm not. I love my job right now. Don't get me wrong. But if anything ever happened, I'd kill myself.
Your
if I wasn't
your
corporate.
boss listens to this and he's like.
But he knows what I meant. Like, I just have to keep. Like, I love my job. I don't want to lose it. It allows me to do things like this, and this is really all that I'm trying to do. And I'm trying my best to keep my wife happy. I try my best, but I am a little high strung, I guess, as far as I like to do things I like to do.
And nothing anyone else wants to do.
It's not true. I hold it together the best I can, but You know, going on a vacation for a weekend when I could be racing, making videos. I really like making videos, so. And I really wish that piece of dirt wasn't on my screen anymore, but again, I still bet you this is the best GoPro footage on this race. If you see a better one, comment that below. I'd love to watch it, but this part here was slick, but I'm telling you, those tires grabbed up. I never had a brand new set of tires ever since I bought either of the Yamahas I've owned. I don't think I ever put a new set of tires on them. I mean, it really makes a difference. But I will say this track was more my style. I'm not as good in the tight woods, but I was not fatigued whatsoever towards the end. I could have easily run another hour. I might could have even run 2, like the GTR race. But the hill climbs and stuff throw me off a little bit. I'm not quite used to those yet. I could have swore I almost ate complete shit at some point. Hang tight though. There's still more towards the end of this. I appreciate you watching until now. If you're enjoying it, give us a like. This is the bonus line right here. Remember this if you're racing. Saved a little bit of time, but definitely subscribe. I'm gonna keep putting these out. You know, chasing this dream. So trying to stay safe. But any of you guys see us at the race, come say what's up. Either me or she will have this hat on. Yeah, Kyle's over there. Yeah, so I'll put that video in here as well.
Kyle's so funny. He doesn't race it, but he came out to still get wet.
Look how deep that
and
is.
watch.
Yeah. I wish he would have raced. His forks were blown. I get it, and he didn't want to do a mud race. But this, I was trying to tell him this would really help him in the points.
He said he wishes he raced it, and it wasn't even for the points. He said because it was strictly like an hour, and it wasn't as bad.
This was a mistake of mine. So between that last turnaround and that was a minute or so. You know.
You're saying you just stopped for a minute.
No, that one and that loop-de-loop I had to do earlier.
You're adding up.
And see when you do something like that, when you watch the video I keep telling you about how to race in the mud, consistency is where it's at. So that small little break there seems like nothing, but you got to keep the bike from stalling out. I feel like that's critical, and just keep on swimming. You know.
You said you stalled, right? Where'd you stall? I haven't seen that yet.
Right there. Watch this though. This was the line. So, I say it was the line. It was kind of shitty. I fucked it up.
Stall?
I didn't stall. I just didn't hit it like I should have. So I guess on the last lap, we'll see what I'm talking about. But
someone passed you. Shame.
he went down though. See what I'm saying?
That was like the Kyle move.
And this was the guy that was on my back. He actually is C-class, I believe. Shout out, man. Nice try. I'm sure he'll get me next time, but I'm happy with that. The rock gardens here were pretty cool too. And I'm glad that my tire pressure was down. Oh, come on, now we come back. I don't think that was him though. I think that was somebody else.
There he is.
On my ass?
No.
I don't think that's him.
That just reminds me of the clip of Kyle passing you and like laughing at you, and then he falls down the hill. And then falls down the hill. That makes me giggle.
This was slick. The rut was down there at the bottom. The dirt here is really good. I don't think I ran Chestnut Corner last time, but I'll definitely make sure I plan to race all of them, but this was a really fun track for me. And I did pretty good, so that helps a lot. Let's see what we got. So if any of you guys happen to be at these races and are good filmers, and you get good content, like I need good video, I'll pay or give free merchandise or whatever it is, stickers, whatever. If you guys get good footage, make sure you send them to me. Again, DillonMotoX on Instagram is the best way to get in touch. Facebook's building up, and if you're a TikTok guy, I'm on there as well. But we can work a deal out. If I got to give you something, I'm not making any money from this, but I like to have good footage around, so keep that in mind. You can leave in the comments, I'll reach out, whatever. Oh, almost went down right there, I forgot about that. I think you should give it a shot.
Oh.
Just go out there and cruise a couple of them. It just takes time. But realistically, for my so at this point, this view you guys have is way better than what I have because, like I said, Nick put my tear offs on incorrectly, and really the sticker fell on the ground, so it got wet. But I had no tear offs. So I think here towards the third lap, I end up pulling my goggles off, and I got a bunch of dirt in my eyes.
Do you think we could have put it on opposite of your pulling? Could you have been pulling the wrong way?
I have to look at them. I'll have to look. I don't think so.
Are you
Or
sure?
or maybe when we put it in, we spooled it the wrong way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that you could
All
have been
right,
pulling
this is
the
the line I was
string.
talking about right here. See, stay right, and then hang right. Or left, whatever it was. Stay out of all that mud. This was interesting to me because I was in the front of the pack for the first time, you could kind of see throughout the trail where the top dogs were running. I assume they pre-ran. I really don't think TJ pre-runs at all, but I could at least see what they saw and kind of mimic it. So I thought that was a good learning experience for me. And some confidence building, because I could see where they were at. It looks like I'm going pretty fast, huh? Could be more. You can see opportunity for more, but that's why we watch these. Deep. So I think we got one more lap yet. Just hang with me. We'll be done. Is that the other one down? I don't know. See, if I just quit being a weenie and tried to run with those guys, and I really was. Those guys were fast, but I mean, finishing 15 overall was amazing. I would have loved to have top 10 because that would just blow my mind. That was a good shortcut if anybody caught that towards the end of the day. That's super deep, but we made it through. What?
So loud as gold.
Hopefully it's not on here, but we'll see. Come on, man, clean the camera. See, the Hyperview, even with specs, it still does pretty good. Specs of mud, I mean. It's just mud. I mean, the whole time. And that's where that fella went in. But this is deep. Don't get me wrong, that was deep as shit. But there was a bridge underneath that I believe that kept it going. But if you took that left line, risky. Alright, come on, fix it. Two-stroke, rolling out. I hope I know that right. Bingo. Get on it, dude. See, this is why I was just sleeping. I should be on the fucking gas. I wish I knew how fast I was going. Nice rut. Nice. I'm not sure what happened there, but passed out.
Some people just stop and don't like. They just give themselves a break.
Can't do that if you want to place good, but hashtag true or @true. Thanks for showing up today, buddy.
I'm talking about though when we're running in the woods, like us spectators are running in the woods, we'll come up on people on bikes and they're just sitting there and we're like, hey, you good? And they're like, yep, just taking a break. I'm like, my husband would never just sit on the side of the track.
Oh,
No, something had to have happened to your bike for you to have to be like, okay, let me take a breather so that my
that
bike.
first race, I sat there, and I can show footage of it. It just wouldn't start right. That's why I had to move to the KTM.
But your bike wasn't starting. They straight up would give themselves a breather.
I don't blame them. This shit's hard, and I applaud them for getting out of here and giving it a shot, because this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. Not this race in particular, because so it's the hardest thing I've ever done, especially when you're not with the crew. When you fall back or you can't get the bike started and you know you're behind, it's hard to get the motivation to keep going. But all this right here, I would have been slipping and sliding, and I mean, it would have sucked. The Yamaha on the bottom end, plus the not best rear tire, it's just spinning them loose constantly. I'm pretty sure I passed this fella.
I think you've been going back and forth with him.
We were pounding mud puddles left and right though. I was very concerned without the radiator shroud that it was going to be plugged up. I like this turn right here. You can kind of slide in and slide out.
Haven't seen Trace again.
He is right here.
Or was, yeah.
Yeah, no,
They
he's
must
right
have-
there. He's right there. Man, Trace, I'm sorry, man.
He's telling you to go.
Yeah, he's like, go, man. You're actually pulling it off. Because I was talking shit at the beginning. I'm like, this is the one, man. And sure enough, best I've done.
But that's sad that you asked him if he was going to keep up with TJ, and he said, I'm really hoping so. He's got a shot at him, though. They're both just as fast.
I'd love to know. So, Trace, if you're watching this, what do you think? I mean, I just don't know, man. Dude's consistent, and you are super fast.
Trace
But
is fast.
do you think that you can outrun him if we can keep the bike together? I don't know. And I want to know if you hydrolike that thing.
Donut guy is fast. His name is Hunter.
Mistake. Boom.
It's
Passed him.
Sigmund
This one's
or
nasty
something
as
like
shit
that.
right here. I don't like this line.
You know Donut guy. Donut guy's fast.
The one that tore his wrist up
Yeah.
at
It's Hunter something.
Ferguson
But he
or
is
Morganton.
fast too.
It was Morganton.
Yeah, we always correlate Trace and Donut guy together.
You think Trace and Donut Guy are at the same speed?
Donut guy's a little bit behind Trace, but they keep up with each other most of the time.
I love watching this because I can see lines. I knew I was hitting them, but I usually am all over the place, so sloppy. Just
So he's a worker. So they have people that ride bikes during the bike races that just work.
yeah, I have videos on YouTube Shorts. I saw a white flag here, and I was like, "What the fuck? They must have not let me on the champion lap." But then I forgot it was Easter, so this was a shorter race. That's our crew over there to the left. But I was rolling in for some camera, blowing out these turns. And then Kyle got this too on video, I believe, on the top right. But yeah, this is rolling into the last lap, trying to keep together. I think I start looking back and nobody's really behind me. And if you'll see, my wrist is still messed up. I messed it up some more today, unfortunately, but if the lead was good enough, I didn't want to burn the candle at both ends. I just wanted to finish it, and I was in too good a shape. I don't know if everybody got packed up in the back. C-Class riders, let me know what happened back there, because you damn sure should have caught up to me. I just don't know where y'all were. So something happened. And yeah, last lap, you can see it's a good bit nastier, but it was still manageable. And shout out to Caleb Russell. I wanted to keep the quality the best that I can. You see I've got the new mic, so hopefully the audio is good. I got lights. the new GoPro. Hopefully these are investments that help in the future channel, but I could grab those outside ruts pretty good. It wasn't too out of shape. But by the way, the wife went to sleep. She's had plenty of fun out there with us racing. Put in the comments if you want to see her on the next one. I love being with her, so I'd love to see what she has to say. But I'm getting tired myself, so we've got 20 minutes or so. Hang in there with me. It's good stuff. Did anybody go that left line? I'd love to know in the comments. I never took it, but I think up here is that tight left. Yeah. Pretty rough, but it worked. And then back to the mud puddles. So this is a 9-mile course. I think we were running 20-minute, maybe 20 to 24 minute. The top couple, like top guys. And like I said, excuse me, 15 overall. So yeah, I guess this is the last entry. Alright, so wife left me, she's going to bed, I'm going pretty soon, but I want to go ahead and wrap this up so I can get it uploaded. This is the last crossing. The water looked very deep, as you can see here. Pretty sloppy, but I made it through. Well, made it through. Go on, keep on trucking, man. I mean, felt like we were doing pretty good. And the rocks, I mean, were beautiful. As you'll see right here, beautiful lush grass on both sides. Again, went right over the top. Saved a little bit of time, but the ruts right here were kind of nasty, old school looking ruts. Not old school, but just what I'm used to, GNCC style. But most of the mud wasn't too thick, which is very nice. And I kind of stayed to the same line. They ran all these races in one day for Easter, so I think we ended up only running like an hour and a half. But overall, real good time. Especially coming in second. I mean, usually I leave depressed, but the gas. And what I meant by violent on the top end, so I grew up on Yamahas. And you can just, at the very bottom end of the power band, get on it and you got full power. This thing, I've been learning, you can keep it in second or third and just kind of lug it around, or the Yamaha one to rip the ass end off of it. Watch my choice right here, this is pretty insane. Sweet, that one. But on a track, wow, I stalled. But on the track, it's nice to be at the bottom of the jump and know that you can develop that power. I'm gonna have to learn how to keep this thing wound up, almost like a two-stroke, in order to make some real progress. I felt like I was getting there today. I mean, my whole shot, I had it, but the way it started, I just, nothing against Trace. He just jumped a little bit and it threw me off. But I will say, I do appreciate my wife coming around. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. 10,000, almost 11,000 on Instagram now. I'm going to do a giveaway here soon. I haven't decided what. I've got a good Yamaha that I'd love to bring somebody up to stay in the motorhome and race. But if you're interested in that, leave that in the comments below. If this mic is not good enough, I'll go buy one tomorrow. I want to give it a shot. Let me know your thoughts with Liz on board. She's a trooper, man. She comes and helps every time. But like I say, we appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. The main thing though is subscribe. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. I'm gonna be putting out limited edition gear. I got a bunch of stuff sitting there. I just haven't released it yet. Let me know if you want or are willing to buy one in the comments. But we're putting it together, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks for the next race. hoping that my wrist heals up again. So beyond that, let's go ahead and finish this thing out. I guess we got 20 minutes left. This will be a good time to check me out on Instagram. Let me figure out where I'm at. And you'll see all my cool shits on Instagram, but I'm just trying to think up some topics here. I'm going to do a bike check on there. I have a lot of stuff coming. I got a good bit of sponsors. Wilson Equipment, Smart Dumpster, DMB Electric, Generator Services, Inc. A lot of guys on my side, and I appreciate them supporting me or believing in me to make this thing happen. Shout out to the boys, Nick, OCD. Kyle didn't race, but he showed up today. Drew, dog, you have to come race. I bought all this shit for you. But either way, C-Class guys, come say what's up. I'm not the best. I got a little bit lucky on this one, but I'm proud of it. And it's opened the door to the possibilities that I could do it again. And I had a blast, even in the mud. The tire pressure was the biggest thing. Again, link in the bio on the file. I'll pay good money for it. Just let me know if you guys could help me out. And you gotta come out and give one of these a try. So I'm not a dick rider of Joe Rogan. However, I do believe in this. If you do something like, so I went to Citadel, which is a military college. I got an engineering degree. You would never get that, or I wouldn't have if I hadn't gone to Citadel. The harder stuff you put in front of you, the easier your normal life is. So this sucks. You'll get good at it. You'll enjoy it. It's a little expensive. But whether it's college or this, whatever it is, if you spend some time, maybe even some money to get good at something, just put you a step ahead. And this is fun. And I got a good crew, and there's plenty of ways to make money on the internet. I don't know. I've done it before. But overall, man, today, thank you to Burn. Good race. And you guys on Facebook, thank you all for helping push the YouTube channel. I've thoroughly enjoyed. That's my passion. I love putting out a good video. And if you catch me slipping and putting some bullshit out, please let me know, because I don't want to be that guy. I want to put out videos that people want to watch. So hopefully this gets us there. But any criticism, it's not. It'll hurt my feelings, but I'm not gonna let you know about it. It's stuff I need to hear. But either way, damn, we got that much time. 15 minutes. I guess what I'm gonna say is I've got it in the bag at this point. I've got a huge lead for second. Again, check this thing out. I'll fast forward to the finish, but I want to see you guys at the next one. And I'd love to help. Like I said, those videos, those tutorials are coming out soon. But feel free to keep watching this. Seriously, thumbs up, subscribe, like. Instagram is where I post the good shit. But I do some good stuff on TikTok too. So let me know what you guys want to see. And I guess I'll catch you on the flip, unless I decide to fast forward this to get us to the end. But I'm gonna leave it running, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. So we got two pieces towards the end here. That was a nice line. I followed the fast guys through it. Fast forward, gets real muddy going down this creek. But watch this one line. I watched so many people hydrolock, tear their shit up. That left on is a pond. That brick, violent. But I made it through every time. And I feel like that saved a lot of time. Beyond that, it wasn't too rough. The mud was one thing. I just SC1 the shit out of it. But all that being said, I'd love to see you guys out there. Jacob, Nick, Kyle, That's all the fun of it. I've got the motorhome, we can hang out. It was a good race. It was probably one of my favorites. Ferguson was awesome, but it was a beat down. And I don't know. Last piece, and I'll make another video for this, but Gas versus Yamaha. Couple things. This thing has some aftermarket stuff I've never seen before. I've never had a fresh pair of tires. I've never had a nice gripper seat. That King Ranch edition, check my TikTok. The hand guards are nice. The way the radiator just sits so low is very nice. Once I get used to the power, it'll be nice too, because it'll rip. I mean, it'll run up to like 12 or 1400 RPM. I'm just not used to. I grew up on a 4-stroke Yamaha, so that's where I sit. But I found this to be the hardest part right here, just because I couldn't quite hold it wide and feel safe. If you have tips for that, leave that in the comments below. But this is just nasty, man. There she is, second place. Like I said, proofs right here. C-Class Lights, the most competitive class in the series. And there's my beautiful wife. You got second. Beautiful day, beautiful weekend. Thanks, Kyle, for coming to help out. Nick, you're a champ for showing up. Drew, what the fuck, bro? But I'll get this stuff loaded online. Let me know if there might be some errors. I drank a couple of beers before I filmed this, but I want to get it out tonight. Subscribe, please. I'm going to put out a lot more video, so let me know what you want to see, and we'll catch you guys on the flip.